Hello, my name's Richard. I'm currently in the people file. I'm going to speak about how to set up your company information. In other words, your publishing information. You may be running multiple companies or just one, but I want to show you how to work that. And basically, I'm in the people file. This field right here designates your company name and number. It's like company number 1 is your most used number. So we have sample in here called ABC Publishing and XYZ Music Group. Those are our sample data. I'm going to take you over to the setup file in just a second and show you how to enter that data and that's one of the first things you should do when setting up Songtracker. But this data comes in auto-entered each time to number 1. But you can switch it to 2 if you want manually. So that's what the pop-up menu is for. So this is a very important field, and that's why I'm showing it to you here. If you enter it correctly here under the contact, it will subsequently be looked up correctly everywhere else in the system because data works from the people file outward to contracts, then to catalog, then licensing, and royalties, etc. But anyway, I want to take you over and show you the setup file. To do that, I'm going to click the home base button at the top here, the target. That'll take me over to, I'm going to click the main button, and that gives me a list of various files in the system. Today, I'm going to click on the setup file. So click that, and that will take us over to the setup file in home base, and now click step 1. Now we're in the setup file. You'll see at the top it says setup. It also tells you here. Okay, so we've just put it into a couple steps. Basically, we've already given you the company number and we've already entered a record, so you don't need to re-enter a new record. You can use this existing record, use your tab key and press it, leave 1 there, press it again, and type whatever the name of your publishing company is. Now if you have more than one, let's say you have 2 or 3 companies you're running, the one you use most often, put here, your most popular one, because this is going to be the default in entry. Number 1 is always going to come in. So you just type right over this information, put Happy Music or whatever the name of your company is, and then press your tab key, enter your address over this, any suite number. If not, leave it blank, just delete that. Then add your zip code. It should look it up. If not, enter your city and state. Continue on, the USA, your phone number, your main phone number. If you have a fax number, enter it. If you don't use a fax number, then just delete this and leave it blank. Then enter your main company email, the one you use most of the time. Be helpful to maybe the one you use on contracts or the one you use to contact people the most often. Your default email address. Because this may appear on some documents like invoices and stuff. In fact, it will. It'll show in the heading on some of your invoices for your recording studio, for example, or we may show up on some of your contracts. Your area code, this is helpful for the phone file when just enter your area code there. And if you have a plant email, a separate one for your manufacturing or something, you could enter it that would be for purchase orders. You may not even need that. If not, just leave it blank. If you have a company slogan that you want to be able to have appear on some documents, like on a packing slip or something, you could put that in here. If not, leave it blank. If you have a logo that you want to appear, you can click on this. This will take you over to the related company logo record for your current company number. Click the Import Picture button to import your logo for use throughout this solution. So basically, it's taking you to our RSRC file, and if you go ahead and click this, then you can insert a graphic here. We've got a default graphic here that'll show up on some of your letters and and contracts, etc. So this is actually not on your contracts. This will show up on letters and invoices. So if you have a logo like a JPEG or some kind of file you could put in here, a PNG file, you can click here. You wish to erase the old file in this field and link a new file. If so, you can do that. If not, click no. Basically, you're going to put all the information right here. You're just going to put your data, leave this letter logo 1 here, and that's it. Then once you're done, click hide, and you'll be back to where you were. So, okay, so we've completed the first page. Click Go to Setup 2. Here's some additional information. Now, using your Tab key, press. You've already got the company name in now. Okay, press it again. The default cost for promo item, it's optional, but if you have an average cost, say you send out CDs or certain kind of lyrics or whatever you send in the mail, if it has a cost to it, and say it costs you 40 cents plus stamp, you could figure out your cost. So add your stamp for a mail-out package. This is an average amount, but it helps you establish your cost in the project file if you decide to track that kind of information. But it does allow you to track that. If not, just make it blank. Press your Tab key and put in the organization affiliate, like ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, CCLI, that you're affiliated with for this company. That's important. Press, and you can choose from the pop-up menu. Press your Tab key. This is very important. Type in your name or the name of the officer in your company who's responsible for signing the contracts or licenses that you send out. Somebody's going to have to sign these, and it allows you to designate the person here, and then this, whatever's in this type, will show up at the bottom of your agreements, your licenses, your contracts. So that's how you do that. Okay, press your Tab key, fill in some of your company information if you have it, your company federal EIN number. You can fill in your state sales tax percentage. Also, that's just the state amount, like this is California, local sales tax amount, district sales tax. You want to fill all those in, and it'll total it right here for your total sales tax amount. That's very helpful when you're sending out things. It'll keep track. The system, when it looks up based on your company number, this way if you had a company number in New York and one in LA and they were two separate ones, you could set up different sales tax percentages. That's what this is for. Press in my Tab key, put in your state ID number if you have one, your local sales tax, your resale number. This way, it keeps it at the company level, your company level. If something needs to be looked up for another document, it takes care of looking it up automatically based on the company number that you choose over in the people file or elsewhere. Okay, credit limit default, you can add that if you want. This doesn't get used as much in this version, but if you have a credit limit default, like $100 is your credit limit, you could put it in there if you wish. This is the credit limit that you extend to others. In other words, if people are buying from you, the total amount that they could put on credit for wholesale or something would be $100 or $1,000. If it's not applicable, just leave it blank. Press your Tab key. Your most commonly shipped method on when you're mailing out packages, sending out CDs of your songs, or I know a lot of stuff's done by upload these days, but if you're shipping anything, pick how you would ship, and then this will come up on your packing slip automatically. Press your Tab key. Now we're in this important field at the bottom. Type in here the date, the name of your company, the way you want it to show on the bottom of your lyric sheets, because this will be looked up into the bottom of your lyric sheet. Now, I realize that you're going to have other writers and other split publishers included in this credit, but this gives you a starting point in each lyric sheet. So if you want all this information, however you want it to look, this is how it'll come in over on your lyrics. Okay, that's that. So type that in. Be sure to type that in for each company. And then we're just doing one company now. If you're doing multiple companies, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But we're going to go to setup number 3. Number 3 is under company number 1, which is ABC Publishing, or your name here. This is where you can add a list of your equipment, your inventory. Say you have your own recording studio. It allows you to keep track of all your serial numbers, all your equipment, guitars, pianos, any instruments you have. If you want to add a new item to this, let's say you bought a new guitar. Now you can change the date here as the date you purchased it. You click on this and add a date. We'll just call it Gibson guitar. Press your tab, put the model down. For example, serial number, whatever the serial number on the neck is, and then press your tab key. And if you have an internal number that you like to keep track of, like you might have an in-house number, let's call it in-house number 006, for example. If you like keeping track of your own numbers, some people do. It automatically brought in your company number when you click this button, and it brought a new record in. Press your tab again. Is this insured? Is this item insured? No, not yet. Okay, category. So you can add, studio, office, factory. You could put it as music equipment, say, for example. And click OK. And now we've added, click on that again, and now you could choose as music equipment. It's say new, number of years old. Well, it's brand new, so 1 year. Your retail price that you spent for it. Let's say $4,500. That's the retail cost. And say you got it for $3,900. You can put that in. If you keep track of when you sell something, you could put it in there as sold, and it'll put the date in there. It's in there. It even allows you a place to click for, if you click on this last field, it's a photo. So if you have a photo of the guitar, you can keep track of that by clicking on that. As long as you have a photo in your files, it'll attach a photo to that. Now, if you ever need to delete one of the line items, you just click this negative number and it will delete it. Gives you a running cost and a running total retail. That you may want the retail price, you may want to insure it for the full retail price. I don't know how you work. So we've given you both opportunities. So that's that. Now, we're going to go to setup 4. Ignore setup 4. This is for future development. We may not even use it. It has some accounting numbers for future. So just so you know what that is, like royalty accounting and stuff, we're not really doing anything with that now, but it was a forethought that we thought we might use. It's already been implemented into this file, so we thought we'd leave it. But ignore it for now. Go to setup 2. Go back to setup 1. This is your main screen. If you have two companies, click up here and go to the second company. Again, use your tab key, go through and put all your information for your second company. Just like we did before, you can have a second logo attached if you want. Then move on. Again, if you have information that you want to attach, maybe this is your BMI company, for example. A different person to sign the contracts and licenses, information. Again, go through and update all this information rather than adding a new record. If you still need a new record after this, then you would wait till you get back. See, this is company number 2. Wait till you get back to setup number 1 right here. And then you could start by clicking the plus button for a third company. So you would click 3 and type in here. etc. Okay? I'm going to delete this for now, because I don't think if you need to delete a record, delete this record. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes. So now we just have the 2 in there, 1 and 2, you'll notice. All right, that's it. Now you've set up your company information, your publishing company information. We click home base to get out of here. And now we're back on a familiar screen where you can get to any of the files. I hope this is helpful.